This is the final stage. It's the longest stage.
People often say to me they'd never sit in the co-driver's seat in a rally car, calling the notes, because it's hard to have enough trust to put your life in somebody else's hands. B, they couldn't trust themselves not to make a bad call and maybe cause a crash. And C, they probably get car sick and vomit all over the place, which does happen, but not to me.
Thank you for all your help.
Well, today I'm going to explain what it's like in the passenger seat and why it's such a cool thing to do, and to give you some tips. This is your one-stop primer on how to be a tarmac rally navigator. If you've ever thought it might be fun to try this, it really is.
Just as well you didn't.
So let's set the scene. Last weekend Andrew and I competed in the Snowy River Sprint Rally, which is a 2-day event in the Victorian Alps of Australia. We had an excellent weekend and finished first in our class, which was early modern 2-wheel drive cars, and we were 8th outright out of about 40 cars. Very happy about that. I'll tell you about it once we're underway.
4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. 100 to 9 left, then 10 right, 50 for an 8 right late, 250.
This is the bit that always gets me, just these first few.
7 left late, 50, care 9 left becomes a 7, then 40 for a 7 right long, 9 becomes a 7.
For this rally, it's basically a single 37 kilometre long course that you go up and down 4 times. You start by doing short segments, but by the end you're doing the whole course top to bottom or bottom to top in one go. So by the end of it, the driver gets to know the road pretty well. Nonetheless, you need a navigator and you need good pace notes. I've only got one job, and it's pretty simple: to let Andrew know what's coming up next and what's coming up after that, especially in the bits where he can't see over a crest or round a corner. The navigator is actually really important. Without him or her, you just can't go fast.
7 right, then 70 for an 8 left mid. 8 left mid flat brow, 200.
Well done, thank you. I will fix
8
it.
left again, 70 for a slow zone.
Speed zones. Here we're just coming up to a virtual chicane, speed zone. In the interest of safety, these days the organisers are trying to keep the top speeds down. And one very successful approach is to have these virtual chicanes. Between these 2 points you have to get the car down to under 60 k's an hour at some point, and then you can immediately blast off again. The Rally Safe knows when you've achieved the goal, and it tells you. It's a really good system that's much safer than having physical bollards on the road like we used to do. In my first Targa Tasmania, I went backwards through one of those physical chicanes, so these are a much better idea. Safety is really on everybody's mind these days, and rightly so.
Starts
Yep.
coming up here. At the end of it there's an 8 right, so here's our slow zone. Going down and go. 8 right short, 70 metres. 10 left, 9 right short, stay in. 100, 9 right short again. Then 100 for 9 left. Then into care, 9 right entry and 7 left mid.
In this event there are about 40 cars, and they start more or less from fastest to slowest at 30-second intervals. So the idea is you rarely catch another car, but if you do get caught, the rule is you should let them through straight away, as they're obviously faster than you. But as you'll see, we do actually catch some traffic in this stage.
9 right becomes an 8. Then an 8 left. 9 becomes an 8. 8 left, mid.
Now tarmac rallying is quite different from dirt rallying. Dirt rally cars spend a lot of time sideways, but on the bitumen, if you're drifting or sliding the car, you're losing time and you're hurting the tyres too. You have to make them last all weekend. So very often Andrew's easing the throttle on out of the corners so as not to spin up the rear tyres.
8 left. And caution, 8 right early becomes 4 right. So 8 right early becomes 4 right late. 7 left. And 8 right. And 10 left tightens to an 8. Then 100 for a 3 left at the sign. 3 left down here, 200 after the 3.
Now this is the very last stage of the event. So it's 37 kilometres, 23 miles, tight and twisty the whole way. A lot of rallies are a bit more open, but this one is really twisty. And we're about to do it in less than 20 minutes, at an average 112 kilometres per hour. Yes, with all those 15 and 25 and 40k corners, we still managed to average 70 miles an hour.
Left. 50 metres for a 3 left open. 7 here, 50 metres 3. Then 350 after this.
So what about the car? Our car is a Mazda RX-8 SP, or at least it's a replica of one. There are only a couple of genuine ones, and they're too rare and valuable to race. Basically, it's a 13B twin-rotor 1.3 litre with a decent-sized turbo on it, giving about 350 horsepower, more or less. Unlike the standard RX-8 road car, which does not have a turbo and doesn't have a lot of torque and revs to 9,000, this one with the turbo added has bags of torque from 3,000 up, and Andrew only revs it to 7,000. The gearbox is a standard 5-speed, it's got a limited slip diff, big brakes, and it's running on sticky R-Spec tyres. Of all the rally cars that I've ever been in, this really is a beauty. Really well balanced chassis, easy to drive, very predictable, doesn't get upset on the big bumps, terrific grip and really comfortable. It's just a delight to be in this car. Now a lot of rallies are really fast and you get a bit of a break between the corners on the long straights. This one doesn't have any of that, it's just full on the entire way. So there's no relaxation and it does feel a little bit like you're in a washing machine. You can see how much I'm getting flung around.
50 again, care 5 right, stay in. And 9 left mid. And a 9 right. Then 70 metres for a 4 left at the bottom. 200 after the 4 left. Straight 200 bumpy. Into caution, 9 right tightens to a 7 late. Yep. And 350, 7 left, sorry, 7 left, late, 350. 6 left, late, opens over brow, 150. 6 left here, opens over brow, 150. Care, 6 left mid.
Before the event, we went over the full course a couple of times to check the pace notes were correct and make small adjustments. Some people write their own notes, and that's very time consuming, but we buy them from a company called Smoothline because we know they're always accurate and up to date. In concept, the instructions I'm reading are pretty simple. Every corner is graded from 1 to 10 based on how tight it is. 1 is a hairpin, 10 is a flat out kink or sweeper, and 3 would be a right angle. And a corner can be short, mid or long. This stage has a lot of 5s, 6s and 7s, which are generally taken in 3rd or 4th gear. The other numbers I'm calling are the distances between the corners. So for example, 5 left, crest, 100, 5 right is basically a couple of 3rd gear corners with 100 metres straight between them. You get the idea, it's not rocket science.
70 metres, care 9 right over brow, tightens to an 8 and becomes a 6 through the dip. 9, 8 and a 6 through the dip. 70 metres, flat brow, stay mid, 50, 9 right late, 100, 7 left between the trees, 40 metres, caution brow, 6 left, 7 here, and then a 6 left, 40 metres, 7 right opens, with bumps, 70 metres, care 5, yep, care 5 left late, mid, and 4 right.
Bump.
Yep. 4 right. Yep. 150. 9 right late, stay in.
You'll note the RallySafe computer in front of me. It's a brilliant Australian invention and every car is supplied with one at the start of the rally. At any point in the event, it knows exactly where you are, how fast you're going, and it relays that information by satellite back to the rally headquarters. So one function is to figure out everybody's stage times without all the old pencil and paper stuff we used to have. No arguments and the results are immediate. But more importantly, if we do come to a stop during a stage, whether through a breakdown or some kind of incident, it'll ring the alarm bells back at the stage start and the SOS points along the way, and straight away it'll ask me, are we okay? Do we need help? Fire? Medical? Are we blocking the road? And it'll warn the other competitors as they approach our location. It's absolutely brilliant. Worst case scenario, if we don't reply, then they'll send all the help they've got.
7 left. into 70 metres, care 5 left onto the bridge, and then a 4 left after the bridge. Still got a long way to go.
One thing that really doesn't come across in the video is just how much grip there is. It's actually really fast, and it's a bit scary at first just how much grip, even in the wet. The way Andrew dives deep into a corner and hooks the thing in is so far ahead of a standard road car, it's quite incredible. I'd love you to experience it. You can see by the way I'm being pitched around. The tyres we're using are Yokohama AO50s, which is a medium compound R-Spec tyre. You start them cold at only about 24 psi, but before long they're up to about 30 psi. And they do get really hot by the end of the stage. These particular tyres are really good because we know if you overcook them a bit through overdriving, Andrew just has to back off a little and they come good again, which a lot of tyres don't do. So we do like the Yoki A50s.
Flat right on crest 150, 10 left, stay in 100, then caution 5 right early and 2 left.
Yep.
You're probably wondering how you don't get sick. Believe it or not, part of it is practice. After a stage is complete, I'm always feeling pretty shattered, but I don't feel sick anymore. The more you do, the less sick you feel. Having a chuck chunder in the car is no fun for anybody. The mechanics won't clean it up. As they point out, they're on the tools, they're not healthcare professionals. So a couple of tricks to not getting sick. Make sure your belts are super tight and your seat is really snug. The more firmly you are attached to the car, the better. Travel sickness tablets like Quell are a good idea, but I don't need them anymore. Don't hold your notes down low in your lap. See how I hold them up high, at arm's length? Keep your vision up. So I try to minimise the amount of eye movement up and down and head movement side to side. You'll also notice that before we even started, I've dog-eared all the pages to make sure I don't turn 2 pages at once. Classic rookie mistake.
100, then stay left on flat crest.
What's this?
9, 100, stay left on flat crest, then 150 after that, to an 8 left, late. There it is. Then 40 metres for a 7 right, 8 here. 7 right mid, opens, 150. 8 right, tightens to a 7. Too fast, bit there, eh? Nice. Tightens to a 7, stay out for an 8 right, long with a small bump. Then 50 metres.
The key to a good rally team is having trust in the other person, obviously. I know Andrew is an excellent driver, and I don't tell him anything about how to drive, the gears, the brakes, anything like that. All I have to do is tell him what's coming up, and he figures out how to do it. But he has to trust me too, to give him the right information at the right time. If I do a great job, and he stuffs up, we crash. But if he's doing a perfect job, and I give him the wrong information, we can be over a cliff. So it's full-on responsibility for both of us. Another tip, never look sideways out the window at the view and the drops. You can do that on recce if you like, when you're travelling slowly, but once underway, keep your vision forward. And that's another thing, you should always drive over the stages before the event, nice and slowly. It'll be two-way traffic then, so it's not a time to be going fast or cutting corners. Once you're underway though, you can have full confidence that you're not going to meet somebody coming the other way. You have the whole road. But that doesn't mean you should plan on using every inch of it. Many times over the years we've come around a corner to find something unexpected. Kangaroos, gravel thrown up by the all-wheel drive cars, oil, or another competitor who's spun, broken down or crashed. So we don't plan on using all the road on the exit of a corner, like you do when you're circuit racing. You need a plan B. At our level, as amateurs, you can't be fully committed to a racing line. If you're a WRC hero, sure. If you're not fully committed, you're not going to win and you won't be in the sport for very long. Those guys are nuts. But there's a long history of famous Australian circuit racers who've tried their hand at tarmac rallying and come unstuck in a big way. Dick Johnson, Wayne Gardner, and of course tragically Peter Brock. The exception is probably the master himself, Jim Richards, who won events for a quarter century and almost always finished without any drama.
Yeah, and 4 left short, short 5 right, and 7 left short, 50 care, 6 right becomes a 3 long, 6 becomes a 3 long, 6 left getting a little squirrely.
Yep, it's alright.
150, care, 7 right early, 4 left. There's 150 here, 7 right early here for a 4 left. And a 5 right, 7 left after 40 becomes a 5. 5 here, 70 metres care, 8 right hug. This This is the 5. 8 right hug into 4 left. 40 metres is a 4. 40 metres for a 3 right. 50 metres. 5 left opens. And 6 right. Into caution brow 2 left gravel. Straight 100. 6 long downhill, don't cut. 70 metres for 3 right. 6 left here.
Now, as you can see, we've made up 30 seconds on the BMW in front of us of David and Jackie Thirlwell. Now, I can push this button and Jackie's Rally Safe will light up to tell them we're right behind them. And right now I'm looking through the notes for an appropriate straight where I can do that. But David spots us and that makes it easy. Overall, they beat us by 32 seconds, but on this stage, I think they were having front tyre issues and we were a little bit quicker.
Comes a 7, short on brow, 6 here, 7 on brow, 6 right and 6 left. And 250, careful, no, I'm off notes here. Straight. That's obviously a 3 right.
Into a left.
I'm ahead of myself. Yeah, left 6 becomes a 7 on gravel. Okay. And 6 right here and a 6 left, I think. And a, no, I'm off notes, so be careful.
Jump ahead.
250.
Yep.
Here's our 250. At the end, care, 7 left hug.
Well done.
Into 4 right long bumpy dab. Just check it. 7.
Yep.
Into 4. 7 left long. No, that's not right. You have to drive it. There's a slow zone coming up though.
Is there?
This, yeah.
All right, we'll
this is probably the 4 right long.
Stick to that.
Bumpy. 100. Flat brow, flat
Yep,
left.
well done.
150 to slow zone. Okay. Just getting a little ahead of ourselves. Okay, here we are, slow zone coming up. At the 10 left. Okay, 10 left, 8 right.
Rallying is not like circuit racing. Instead of big sand traps and catch fencing, we have trees and cliffs and, as I've experienced in the past, lakes and creeks you can splash into. No fun at all. It can take a few minutes for help to arrive, so we all know the procedures to help ourselves and others if you're the first and second car on the scene of somebody else's misfortune. In my 14 years of rallying, Rally Safe has been simply the best safety innovation, but you have to know what to do if you come across a broken down car.
Over brow, stay right. 9 left. After the brow, then another 150. This is a 9, I think. Yep, 150. Another 9 left. Then 100. Into care, 3 left at the white signs, 3 at the top. And it becomes an 8 short, starts 3. 8 short on brow, 200. 7 right opens. 7 here. 100, care 4 left, late opens, 150, 4.
Alright, have I piqued your interest now? So what does it take to be a rally navigator? Well, not much. I didn't pay for the car, the entry fee, the maintenance, the preparation. I didn't do any of the mechanical stuff, book the hotel or do anything. I just rocked up with my helmet and get chauffeured round. Sounds pretty good, eh? Alright, there's a little bit more to it than that. Most importantly, don't lose your place in the notes. That's all you've got to do. Don't lose your place. Make sure the driver gets the right information at the right time. Too little or too late is bad, but too much too soon can be very confusing. You have to think like you're the driver. If I was driving, what would I need to know right now about what's over that next crest? You do also have to keep one eye on the Rally Safe for those unexpected events. So you do have to learn how to work it. It's pretty easy. Although it is the driver's job to check the rearview mirrors, if I spot somebody approaching, I'll tell Andrew and then I butt out. It's his problem to solve. Obviously, it can get very busy if you catch another car and get caught by somebody else at the same time. It's very easy for a navigator to start watching what's going on and then you fall off the notes. So you just have to leave that to the driver and do your job. Just keep calling the corners, even if you're in traffic.
150, 8 right short, 250 to a slow zone. Bumpy, careful.
Yep, just hanging on.
Yep.
And again, one more.
Yep. Yep. Nice. Okay. Down we go, and yeah, you're clear. At the end, 8 right. Nobody behind. 200. 6 left. 2 pages to go. 50 metres. 10 left opens, 200. 10 left again, then 100 over brow. You do a 6 right, brow 6 right.
Thank you.
8 is just here
Yep.
it is. Into 5 left. And a 5 right, late, mid. 5 late, mid. 5 left. And 5 right.
Going well.
And 4 left, mid. 50 metres. Short 8 right. Into 7 right, long over brow. And becomes another 7 very long. 150 is the second one. This is very long. 4 left becomes a 4 mid. Couple of 4s here.
Well done.
Not done yet.
Not done yet.
Short 8 right. To flying finish, stay out, and stage achieved, complete. Oh, rally finished. Hoo-wee.
Well done, Stu.
Well done, Andrew.
That was a bit of fun for the end.
Had plenty of excitement in that one, didn't we?
Whee!
Thanks for watching, viewers. I hope you enjoyed inCARnation today. That's our little ride. There was 36.88 k's in a rally car. This is a really fast, twisty kind of stage. It's a lot more concentration than a lot of other rallies. Thank you.
Thank you.
And Andrew did a great job. As you can see, we had switched the intercom off at one stage.
Yeah, that was my bad.
And I had problems with this lead that was banging around and getting caught all over my face like that. So I didn't know where I was. But here we come down to the finish. And they want us really slowly up to the camera here. Oh, look, medals. Come, stop, apparently. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you very much. That's very nice of you. I didn't expect that.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Yep, that one wore me out there.
The car was hanging in there, wasn't it? Tyres getting a little soft mid-stage.
They went further. Funny enough, they went further that time than they did the other time before they decided not to play.
So that's our rally, fabulously organised by the Australian Tarmac Rally Association. Here's a link above to click, and check out the website below in the description. Really good organisation to get involved with. These events are really family affairs. Everybody's friendly, you socialise a lot and generally have a great time. I suggest you get on social media and find out all about it.